Hey everybody, it's Rob from Flailthroughs. This is Gundam Battle Operation 2, and this is this week's new situation battle on PSN, Dogs of War. We have got on this side a standard Zaku, two standard Zakus, I believe a Zaku commander type. Or no, excuse me, it's a Vishdana Yugo. Plus a Zaku cannon and a Zaku heavy weapons type. Federation side is a couple of standard gyms, a gym cannon, a gym white dingo, and I think one I'm forgetting. But yeah, um, yeah, I played a couple of rounds of this. Wound up with the white dingo gym on the Federation side and did okayish, and got this Zaku round that I think it went relatively well and had a couple of really nice moments. I just felt like going with. You've probably seen me do some dodge rolls a couple of times here. They've added dodge rolls to the standard Jim and Zaku for most of the situation battles they put them in. At this point, I feel like they may as well just give up and add it to them in general, unless they haven't. I've forgotten. Not impossible, but yeah. Also has 2-hit melee. I think that they did add, but yeah, it's not bad. Yep, this Jim Cannon is getting locked down by the two of us, and just through the magic of timing, I wound up with the kill out of the two of those. But yeah, Goof and I took care of that fairly quickly. Let's see, but yeah, this is just a nice standard Jims versus Zaku's situation battle. I want to say it might even be a repeat, and I'm forgetting, but I forget things. There's the white dingo gym. You can tell by the color scheme and the ground type equipment it's carrying. And yep, just this is one of those rounds that is just nice, simple. The situation battles, like I said, have kind of taken the place of the lower costs in the sense of learning the basics of GBO. These Zaku's are all these suits, in fact, are just very, very straightforward, very, simple suits, and they will teach you how a lot of the, very like most fundamental mechanics of the game work. The melee timing, the dodge timing, the splash damage, all those things. So yeah, it's not a bad thing to have. And I'm going to jump back in and see if I can do something useful. A couple of things there I might be able to hit. Yeah, I was hoping to catch that person, but they got behind cover immediately, which is, the smart thing to do. And didn't quite land the grenade. I think I was really close, though. But I'm going to go down there after them. Oh, somebody else is already there, but they are fighting a couple of things at once, so I can help. And now they got killed, and I am fighting three mobile suits at once, which, kind of a problem, but can be done. Managed to knock down that gym, roll behind that one. Yeah, this is one of the reasons I decided I wanted to keep this round. Got a tackle kill. Because, yeah, I managed to hold out an extraordinarily long time against multiple mobile suits, which is, takes a lot of skill and a lot of luck. And, I at least had the luck. And, I feel like I had some, like I said, some good moments and good decisions. Like, I feel like, well, after all this time, if my grasp of the basics of the game aren't good, they're not ever gonna be, because I've just I've been playing this game and its predecessor since the very beginning. So yeah, I should know how this works by now. Do I? Who knows? Like I said, it's, I don't know, good decisions and bad decisions. That's the name of the game, basically. And a lot of times I manage to make the good decisions, but sometimes I don't. Like I feel like the other thing. Oh wow, that connected nice. I did finally drop, but yeah, that was a really good long time in a single life that had a lot of difficult spots there. But yeah, like I said, the The basics, I think, I'm doing fairly okay with here, and just the fact that most of the, if not all, these mobile suits don't have a zillion weapons really does help. I'm, multi-weapon switching is something that the 8 position weapon swap is something that I got used to over the years. But just, yeah, it's still a lot simpler to just have something with 4 weapons with pretty specific uses and ranges, so that you're not, you know, pumpering with your arsenal, and also just not, the big problem I have with a more complex suits is indecision. If I know, at this range, if the bazooka is ready, I use the bazooka. If it's not, I use the grenade. If I land the bazooka, I get in close. Just like, knowing the thing about the simple suits is that you have a pretty good idea at any given moment of what it is you need to be doing to, survive. And that is good, for lack of a better follow up to that sentence. But yeah, just, the things I've talked about, how if you know your timing, if you know the weapon ready up times, if you know how they work, both yours and the enemies, you can have a much better time of it. Like down here with the basic mobile suits at the basic cost is where that really holds truest, because once you get into the really complex mobile suits where there's a zillion of them, and remembering what every single weapon can do to you and what your weapons can do on the fly gets really tricky. So yeah, so it's nice to have a round like this every once in a while. But we are slightly ahead. We've got a minute left on the clock. And yeah, unfortunately, I feel like we're not too well coordinated here. This is where, we're just trying to wait out the clock. And I'm pushing too far, but I don't think I'm alone in that. Yeah, the gym cannon tagged me a little bit. Not as badly as I expected, honestly. So yeah, it's time to start pulling back, but it is a little too late. I am getting surrounded, and unfortunately, this 3-on-1, I am not going to do as well as the last one. You know, I, I guess I lost focus, or, if it's the same people who were fighting me before, they have a better grasp on how to fight me now. It goes both ways. Also, I was trying to back up the person near our base who was getting hammered, and it did not work out. So yeah, somebody else and I dropped, and unfortunately, yeah, last second loss. But yeah. So I sent sorry, but other than the fact that we lost, I thought the round went really well. But yeah, as you can see, 1932 out of 7219, 78,000 damage, and top diversions, which when 3 people are surrounding you will happen, and 4 and 4. So not bad, I think. That is going to do it for today's Gundam Battle Operation 2. We will be back soon with more. Till next time, everybody take care and have fun. Later. And yeah, the G-Quux standard Zaku in wartime colors, the equivalent of this, has been spotted at Japanese retail. Really nice box art, too. So it'll probably be a month or 2 before that starts turning up here, I think. But yeah, it will be available if you want some G-Quux one-year war mobile suits. Really kind of tempted to get the wartime Gelgoog, if nothing else, just because I like that design, and I like it in the colors that they used for it. Also, I also might get Shalliable's Rickdom at some point, just because it looks really nice, and I have a feeling they're not going to do the Kikaroga.